Hello everybody, my name is Shooter101 and welcome to my how to play video game series. Now, this episode's StarCraft. We're starting off with StarCraft. I'm sorry, it's the game I know the best, okay? So we're starting off with a game called StarCraft, and basically the series is more based towards RTS and FPS. We'll be doing both because those are the games that I play the most. We'll also be doing survival because everyone knows me. I like to play Ark Survival Evolved. I like to play Minecraft. I like to play anything survival based. So there will be a survival tutorial series. Not that you guys need it. Actually, you know what? There might not be. If you guys want to see that, because I am going to be playing these games kind of casually anyway when giving these tutorials. Basically, I will teach you guys. Today, we're talking about Zerg and hotkeys. We're going to be talking about hotkeys first because that is most important. And then we'll be talking about Zerg first because, once again, Zerg used to be my main race. No longer is. Stopped playing Zerg. Stopped laddering. Stopped doing everything. But I have an extensive amount of knowledge on the game. So I will, therefore, be showing you guys kind of how to play the game anyway. I don't know. I did kind of a tutorial for Elite and Dangerous. People really liked that video, apparently. Or some people did. The very few people that watched that video. If you play Elite and Dangerous and haven't, you don't know how it works, go and check it out. Go check the video out. I kind of explained some things, not very well. I don't think I do tutorials very, very well, so I'm really sorry. But for anyone who hasn't noticed, I'm a very chatty person. I'm also very tired. I've been working on a massive Minecraft project that is kind of being recorded. I downloaded the replay mod for Minecraft so I can speed up the time-lapse properly. There's been a couple of recording attempts so far. Most of them have failed. I'm actually getting back into it right now. So, yeah. That will be uploaded soon. I'm working on that. I'm just going to finish the project, basically. I think I'm on day 2 of that project right now as we are currently talking about this. So this will be uploaded as I'm doing project for Minecraft, because I will be doing the project right after this video. Yes, I'm overworking myself. Yes, I am tired. Yes, by the way, for people who are constantly in the chat, in my comment section for the one Star Wars Battlefront 2 Mons video, I'm slowly moving on, okay? I'm tired of answering the same question every single day and having the same response every single day because it's always what solves the problem. Please read through the comments first for the solution to the problem because most people have had the same problem, so please just read the comments. I'm sick and tired of commenting the same thing every day. It's becoming to the point where some people have even noticed I'm getting agitated, so please, just, okay, unless it's a new problem that I haven't sorted out, I'm getting tired, okay? I'm doing more than just that video. I'm constantly thinking of stream ideas. I'm trying to chat with my friends as often as I can. I'm doing schoolwork on top of, well, not right now, but I am doing school still. So I need people to chill. If I don't get to you, I'm sorry. But I have so many things on my plate now that it's crazy. And yeah, some people are telling me, well, you need to space it out a little bit. I can't. I have nothing to do. I'm going crazy because I either have nothing to do or I have too much to do. So right now, I'm in that sweet spot where I have the right amount of things to do because I can control it 100% because I'm kind of off of school for a couple of days until my new material gets here, and then I'm back to school. So chill, everyone, please. Okay, thank you. Now that we got through that, I want to go through the controls for this game real quick. And that means we're going to have to go into a lovely new screen here. And we're going to go, don't ignore this. This is not actually technically important. What is important is that you guys turn off your ambient sounds because ambient sounds really can be distracting when in-game. All of this stuff is super important. Keep that in mind because this stuff basically gives you notifications and yeah, we're going to go with that. We're not going to go with voice chat or anything. Mouse. Okay, yes, mouse is actually super important. You guys are going to find this super stupid, but I want you to have 51% sensitivity on a mouse because you guys will be like, oh, there's no difference between 50. 50 actually skips a couple of frames. 51 does not. 51 is actually frame perfect or pixel perfect. There will be no skipping on your screen or anything like that. For scrolling, you want 69 speed on all of these things. Yes, please make your jokes now. I did the same thing when I was told to do this, and I'm really thankful I did because the normal scroll when you when you're in game, and I'll show you what that means. It's just really slow. Going into here, you want to disable a simple command card. You want to have every single one of these things clicked. And you want to basically just ignore this one. This one is not supposed to be clicked. For show unit health bars, you want always. You want control groups to be unclickable. You want show flyer helper, always. Now for colors, this doesn't really matter too much. You guys can honestly do what you want here. I just like to have mine be white on the minimap because it actually makes it so I can actually see what is mine versus what is hostile. It's a very contrast here. This is pretty much default, by the way. This isn't. This is the only thing I don't have as default. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Pick whatever you want here. This doesn't matter. Going to hotkeys though, you're gonna want to hit on this. So yours is probably gonna say standard. Go grid. If you're a lefty, go get a grid for lefty. So what I mean by that is, like, if you're like me, except you're not like me because I don't use my mouse on my left hand because there's not a lot of left hand mouses, and this one would feel weird on my left hand, you'll do grid for lefties. But I recommend just normal grid because this is basically all your control panels will be. This is how you make all your units, and I will once again show you how this works. For global, you actually want to go to your menu and you want to change main menu from F10 to escape because it's a lot easier to go to. I believe for unit management, you want to go this one right here. You want to make it left mouse button and Z. I forgot how to do this stuff, but I do recommend that you do it once I figure it out. I will tell you when I figure it out, guys. I will, if you want anyway. It's not too mandatory. It's just something I was told that can really change your life when you're doing all of the wonderful things. Now, I believe in camera, you want something here as well. Whatever my space bar is. So for base camera, if you have buttons on your mouse, you can change this to like the buttons on your mouse. I have it as space, so if you don't have buttons on your mouse or you don't have enough buttons, I think you need like 2 on your mouse. Just put this to space bar. And basically when you hold down space and you have a bunch of bases, you'll just scroll through the bases. And that is all. You'll hit accept. You'll put a new profile name on it. Mine's just called Shooter 101. You guys can name it something stupid. Literally name it something stupid. That'd be pretty funny. And anyway, so welcome to the game. We will go on some basic things here. I'm hiding my face because there's a ton of things that we have to pay attention to when actually in the game. I'm sorry if I'm moving a little fast. If I am, please review. I'm really sorry. Sorry. Also, I'm posting on Instagram again. Well, my private Instagram. They write. Anyway, so we're gonna be doing a bunch of stuff here. Welcome, guys. This is the game setup. So if you guys will be playing, you'll be playing on random, super easy probably for the start. So we're going to be playing Zerg without AI. What's basically going to happen here is the game is going to tell me I won because there's no AI. I'm not playing against anyone. We're going to follow that into a little bit of something else. Unless you guys just saw me turn down my volume because it's super loud. So today we'll just be discussing like the basics of Zerg. You guys can try to copy what I'm doing for the opening here. I'm basically just going to talk about everything that's in the game to start off with. So obviously these little guys here, yep, hold on. Okay. Sorry, that was loud. So these guys here are called drones. You can make these with the Q keys. And like I said, grid is literally just involving your left hand of your keyboard, and you can do all this sorts of stuff. This guy's an observer, sorry, not an observer. Basically what this guy does is he can roam around the map. He can show you things. He also puts up your supply, and I'll explain supply a little bit later, but we're going to go into something else here. So obviously we want, you can make drones and overlords at the beginning. You guys are probably going to be like, but everything else is blacked out. I can't make anything. I can't make whatever the hell a queen is, but I can do this thing. Is this important? What is the green stuff? So I'll get into all of that as soon as possible. Now, we're going to be pretty much focused on some minor aspects like making another hatchery. So you can make a bunch of things. So when you actually look and you take when you look in here, it obviously says requirements, spawning pool, roach warren, stuff like that. And then you click on a drone because these are the things that make things. And it's just like, oh, your requirements are a spawning pool and everything's a spawning pool. And then you can go into your advanced options. It's all layer, hive, hydrolist den, stuff like that. All complicated things. But we're going to be focused on a couple of interesting things, I think, personally, to the game. And we're basically just going to be spamming random crap because I'm basically going to show you guys one of every single unit in this game, which means we'll have to be doing a ton of stuff. And I'll be showing off very few features. Now, obviously, I'm not going to get too into how you actually are supposed to play the game. I am obviously playing it very incorrectly because I am basically explaining everything to you. And how to play the game. So obviously this is an RTS game, and it's very, you have to be kind of precise, which is why we have the 51 mouse sensitivity, because it literally will never skip a frame, and you'll be perfect and fine till the rest, or not till the rest of your life. You'll be fine for the rest of your life. So now here we see our spawning pool is kind of come up. Our hatchery is about to come up. So we can actually, now because we have a spawning pool, we can make 2 queens, basically. We can make 2 queens, and we can make a bunch of lings, and I'll just make a couple of lings, even though we don't need them. Just to kind of show you what's going on there. And yeah, if we click on the spawning pool, we can actually get upgrades. You know, you get the metabolic boost. This basically makes your lings faster, and then you get adrenal gland at like hive, which we'll obviously try to get to in this video. I'm not sure how well that's gonna go, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, we reached our supply cap. Hatcheries and overlords give you more supply, so obviously we're gonna be making a bunch of overlords right now because I'm big dumb. All right, so a couple of things. Queens can do 2 major things, 3 technically. So one of the major things being spawning larvae, which is the thing I just did here. Basically what this does, every unit is made out of larvae, which is the thing here. Each hatchery can only produce 3 at a time, but with a queen, it can produce 6 at a time. So you can do that. Another thing a queen can do is spread something called creep using a creep tumor. Basically what this does is it spreads this poopy looking goo on the floor all around the map, and yeah, you can see more as Zerg, so that gives you kind of your sight advantage if you need it or want it. And really, guys, I do recommend that you get that if you're ever in a game or in a tough spot or anything. But do not use it against Zerg, because not only does it give you sight, you'll notice your Zerg units move faster on the creep than they do on like normal ground. It might be very minor, but it actually makes all the difference. So your creep, if you're playing against another Zerg, actually makes them faster too. Sure, you'll be able to see them, but it's also a really risky play. Mind you, I have seen so many people do it, so if you really feel like doing it, you can. It's not that risky, it won't break anything. It's fine. So yeah, these give our extractors give us Vespine. You can only have 3 workers on them at a time. Normal places can only have 16 workers on them at a time, and so on and so forth. Each hatchery is super important, by the way. These are like our production buildings. They give us all our units. They give us all our wonderful things here. So anyway, let's go on into making a layer, which is once again done here. You can hit Z or you can click on it. Does not matter. And we can even get A. What A does is it gives these guys to go a little bit faster, because you'll notice when we move them around, these guys are really slow. Like really, really slow. So if we want them to go faster to do some scouting or whatever, that is pretty ideal for us. All right, now let's make a roach warren. Let's make one of these, and let's make whatever else we can make. We can make a baneling nest. We can make... Okay, so these are actually really important, guys. I will explain this. So this and this, these are 2 defensive, like, turrets, I can call them. One is anti-air, one is anti-ground. And basically what these do is if you're getting rushed, not that you should really worry about that right away, but if you're getting rushed, these can help you out a ton. If you have like air units being attacking you, this is the perfect building to have. And yeah, it's pretty good. So now I think our overlords can move a lot faster, yes. And we got our layer now, so we can make all the advanced buildings, which once again I will show you. And we are literally just going to make one of every unit. So if you guys are wondering why I'm at least one of every unit. So basically what the evolution chambers do, they will upgrade your melee, like your ground melee. So these guys, the lings, the roaches, they will upgrade those kinds of things. I think we're already making a Hydralistan, so we don't really need to worry about that. We can put this here. And another fun thing is every single building actually has, for like a new tier, actually has their own upgrades. So once again, we can do stuff like this, where we can get this one's speed, this one's range, and then this is actually for something called an infestor, but it also grants us our hive access. So we will go ahead and do some stuff about that in a couple of seconds. We are just kind of... I am playing around, by the way, so any professionals who are watching or who know this game very well are probably like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I'm teaching. All right, so roaches are actually a really tanky unit, really awesome to have. But not really great for late game plays. I mean, they can be, and they can also morph into a different kind of unit, which we'll go over a little bit. So these guys are not very rangeful. They range between melee and range, obviously, but they are mostly ranged. They are better ranged, and that's why you see that happening. Now, the Spire building, which I built, makes you so you can upgrade your flying stuff by a significant amount. And also, it makes these guys and not the other guys, because I can't make the other guys. So we'll work on that in a couple of seconds, but we will see. Now, for anyone who's new to RTS, basically what RTS means is real-time strategy. So while you're doing this stuff, it is not like, say, Civilization 6 or 7 or anything like that. Other people will be doing things while you're doing things. Anyway, so let's make some of these units. Okay, so mutas are actually a really good distraction unit. I do not recommend, if you're new to this game, playing with mutas. Mutas are a really APM-intensive thing, APM being actions per minute, and they require your full attention. They are super weak overall, believe it or not, and they will 100% die if you make them attack an army. Infestors do a couple of different things for you. They can make a shroud, which basically weakens enemies, I'm pretty sure, or yeah. Basically it just this makes it so you are stronger against air. And the other one, fungal growth, you can get these by upgrading. The fungal growth actually makes it so that the other person's units are slower, and they actually hurt your enemy's units slowly over time, basically. So there's a couple of things there that you guys can do with that as well. We are going to be going into some bigger units now, because these are tier 1 units. So we're going to go into tier 1 and 2 units. The Hydralisk is a tier 2 unit. The Corruptors and the Mutas are also tier units. And we didn't get to talk about the Ravager. The Ravager, and this is the reason why we did that Z thing, the Ravager actually shoots something called a corrosive bile. And if you have many of these guys, you can hold down Z, and you will rapid fire that specific thing, and it'll be absolutely amazing. People get really thrown off by it. It can absolutely destroy people. As well as this, we have, we can upgrade that continuously. Another thing we can make, this is the one tier 3 unit you can make right off the bat, and it's from a bunch of Hydras. So let's spawn in some Hydras, shall we? Because we've been kind of leaving those guys out. So yeah, Corruptors here, they can do a caustic spray, and basically what this does is this hurts buildings. These guys are specifically anti-air and anti-building if you really feel like it, and they can also morph into Broodlords, which is another tier 3 unit. Mutas, once again, these guys are just to harass your enemy and kill a bunch of units that you really don't want to be there. So they're a pretty good unit, but once again, very APM intensive. So here you have your Hydras. These guys are really well matched with the Roaches. If you have a Roach Hydra army, you are doing pretty good for yourself. If you have some Lings and Banelings, which I have yet to show you, it makes it even better. So look at these Roaches. They're doing pretty good, I think. They look pretty nifty. These guys are actually really good. The Roaches will be in the front to tank, and these will be in the back to do tons of damage, because Hydras do DPS damage overall. Now we're looking at our Lurkers. Lurkers go underground, and they actually attack underground and only underground, and you use a Hydra to morph a Lurker. Banelings will flat out explode if you tell, like, if it goes into contact with any enemies, like such. And it will blow just about anything up. So we got all our enemies and units there. Looking at our Lurker, this guy will specifically go underground, and if we tell him to, he's not supposed to, but he can kill things from underground and only underground. And that is a pretty good unit to have, actually, if you're 100% focused on getting anything done to damage your opponent. So now we're going to move these guys to a different location. We have a ton of floating minerals. Don't worry about it. We're just here to show you guys how this game works. And really, it's not that hard of a game once you get into it and once you understand everything that works. So you can obviously get Baneling speed and Link speed and like the Adrenal Gun thing. So anyway, let's go into our final phase of units. Now, once again, you can morph this into a Greater Spire. That's how you get your Broodlords. And we can make an Ultralisk Den, which is giving me one of my favorite units in the whole wide game, the Ultralisk, which is a super cool unit, I think, personally, and really powerful if upgraded, mind you. And so here's our army so far. We got some pretty cool things in our army. Not too bad, but yeah, like, see if we do this. I don't think it can actually do that to our own units. We cannot. That's actually good. Good news, guys. I didn't know that until just now. I'm not even gonna lie, because I've never experimented with this race too much. I've never had the chance, but you guys are giving me the chance by listening in on the video. All right, so yeah, for the Ultra List, you can get a couple of upgrades. We're gonna make a couple of these just for the lol. And yeah, please do not forget to make overlords. Me, not you guys, me, because I'm the one doing this tutorial. And the reason why I'm getting 2 spires here is because if you notice, there's 2 upgrades here, and I just kind of like, not that I actually need it. This is a tutorial. I really don't need to have all the upgrades. We're not playing against any AI or anything. So anyway, now that we have gotten this wonderful thing, we can also make overseers. I want to show you guys overseers, because overseers are absolutely vital to the success of your mission. Maybe not vital, but they're actually really useful. And they're faster than normal overlords, but they're made out of overlords, so please keep that in mind. Here are our ultralisks. These guys actually take care of crowds, believe it or not. They take care of crowds, and they kill just about anything in their sight. Now, next thing that we're going to focus on is the Broodlord. And I think we're about to hit all the units, to be honest. I think we are almost there. I think the only one I haven't gone over, or the only 2 I haven't gone over, are G and Z. And you guys are about to see some pretty awesome stuff. Because these are our casters. Now, I absolutely, well, okay, swarm hosts are not your casters, but I absolutely, if you guys are playing this game, I do not recommend you try to use an infestor right away. I do not recommend that you try to use a ravager right away, and especially mutas, don't use them right away. Don't try. Same with lurkers. If you really are just starting out in this game, try to restrict yourself to 3rd tier units being Ultralisk and Broodlord. And you can use corruptors for that. So Broodlords are actually not anti-air. They cannot attack any air units, but when told to attack a ground unit, they shoot not broodlings. What are these? Yeah, no, they are broodlings. And basically, broodlings are tiny little things that pop out of your buildings when they die, amongst other things. Now, vipers, if told to, they're a very energy reliant unit. They need energy to basically do 90% of what they do, and they'll take a building's health, but you'll see here their energy goes up. The more energy they have, the better they can do. So abduct pulls an enemy or something towards it, like such, and blinding cloud just makes it so units that are under the cloud cannot see, and parasitic bomb basically creates a cloud that deals damage over time. So these 2 are your casters. I do not recommend it if you're new to the game. Once again, you use casters. Try to restrict yourself a little bit. Swarm hosts. They spawn a swarm. How lovely. These are a swarm of locusts. I'm not sure what they really do other than just attack ground. I'm pretty sure they're exactly only anti-ground, if I remember correctly. And those are pretty good as well. They may be a flying unit, but they are definitely not anti-air. And as well as that, I don't really know what to show you guys. I think that's pretty much all of the units in the game. Creep spread is super important. Once again, don't really recommend it until you start getting comfortable with the game. Queens are also very important. You'll notice I have a notification going off every couple of seconds telling me mineral fields are depleting. That is fine and normal. So anyway, that is the game of StarCraft for Zerg, basically. That is basically all the units I want to show you guys. I feel like doing anything more might be a little too much, so we're just gonna go with the basic stuff that we have here today. And yeah, so those are all the units. They're kind of all the purposes they have. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. This has been a 23-minute tutorial. I'm really sorry, and I will see you guys all later. Have a great day. I need to actually end the video when I say have a great day.